welcome to the GCN show from Monterey, California!
Welcome to the GCN show.
Coming up this week, Remco Evenepoel has single-handedly blown up the internet by choosing to wear white shorts. Hot or not, you have your say.
You have indeed. We have also got bike packing antics from Wout van Aert, an AI-driven e-bike, plus the latest pro cyclist turned marathon runner. This week in the world of cycling, we learnt that the real winner of Liège-Bastogne-Liège was Tom Pidcock.
She might do it. Tom, come on, you've got to.
That was so cute, wasn't it?
It was very cute, wasn't it? I particularly loved how he kissed his girlfriend after the dog had been licking his face.
Yeah, very nice. We also learnt this week that Connor is an evil so-and-so.
Currently just filming a video on how to change your gears on GCN YouTube channel, and I've managed to pull the cable out of Manon's rear derailleur. He hasn't figured it out yet.
These are really nice, and then press.
Think you ready?
Give it a go.
Ready to shift gears?
Oh, I can't wait.
You never guess what's happened. And then.
What?
Yeah. And if they died, both of them wouldn't go at the same time, would they? Yeah. Cables come out.
I don't know where it goes though. Oh, there? What the frick? How did that happen?
Did he? Did he actually? Little when did he do that? Did you know all that time? Stefan!
Oh no!
Can't go back in.
You genuinely thought your gears had broken there, didn't you?
I did, but don't you worry, I will get my own back. And also this week we learnt that Demi Vollering is the new Queen of the Ardennes.
She is indeed. So on Sunday at Liège-Bastogne-Liège, she became only the fourth rider in history to complete the Amstel, Flèche and Liège triple. Amazing stuff.
It is. And finally this week we learnt that Lizzie Deignan looks pretty good at 80. Or at least this mock-up from Trek Segafredo is anything to go by. They took it upon themselves last week to show us what their OAP team might look like.
They did. I particularly liked the caption under OAP Bauke Mollema of the Netherlands, which simply said, "Get off my lawn!"
I can see that. I wonder if this is actually what they're going to look like in years to come though.
Well, they might not be too far off, although I couldn't help but notice looking at those photos that none of them seem to have put on any weight in their older age. They must be planning on looking after themselves post-retirement. It did make me wonder as well, though, what we might look like 30 years from now.
What do you mean when I get to your age?
Oh, insult so early in the show, Manon. Anyway, you ready to take a look at what you might look like
I'm not
30
sure I
years
am.
from now? Well, we are going to show you anyway. Here is Manon Lloyd at the age of 60-something.
66.
66, what do you reckon?
Pretty hot, I'd say.
Even if you do say so yourself.
But at the other end of the spectrum, Jumbo Visma decided to show us what their kindergarten or nursery team might look like. A little bit more creepy, in my opinion.
Yeah, that did
Not sure.
feel a bit sort of a bit bizarre, I would say, watching that video from Jumbo-Visma. And Jonas Vingegaard was even quizzed about this in an interview in Danish media, and apparently he had no idea they were going to do it and hadn't seen it himself until the team had put it out on social media.
But that's a bit of a surprise for him, isn't it? But going back to old people now, and Alejandro Valverde, born the same year as you actually, Dan, wasn't he?
1980.
Is back racing and winning at the weekend on gravel.
Yes, there is hope for me yet.
Yes,
or maybe
there is.
not, because it is Alejandro Valverde. Anyway, he won a round of the UCI World Gravel Series in Almeria in Spain and went clear on the first climb, never to be seen again.
I also like the quote from third place Cameron Mason, who said, Valverde can still send it.
He did, yes. Now, he said that he went clear on the first climb, but do you know exactly where he went?
Nope.
2 kilometres into the climb, on a climb that lasted around about 2 hours, apparently. 2 hours for him, anyway. Maybe quite a bit more for most of the other competitors. I reckon that he'd still probably be Movistar's best rider if he was racing this season on the road. Talking of road racing, the most controversial talking point of the season so far was the sartorial choice of Remco Evenepoel at Liège-Bastogne-Liège on Sunday.
That choice being white shorts in a rainy edition of Liège-Bastogne-Liège.
Yeah, a race that he won for the second year in succession. But we're just going to gloss over that spectacular second win and stick with the more important topic of white shorts on the day. What are your thoughts on it, Manon? Hot or not for white shorts on Remco Evenepoel?
They're all white.
All right, they're a bloody disgrace, Manon.
That's a joke. They're all white.
Oh, I see. All white.
Yeah.
Full of jokes today. Well, I am all for transparency when it comes to professional cycling, but not when it comes to white shorts like that, personally.
Pot, kettle and black comes to mind.
Well, I know what you're talking about, but I didn't have a choice with those white shorts. Had I had a choice, I would have gone with black and therefore saved myself from 12 years of embarrassment and a lot of mickey taking.
It is a look, but whatever. Now over on the GCN app where we asked you for your opinion on this. And you have been casting your votes in your droves.
You have indeed. And the results, 39% of you voted hot, meaning that the majority of you have very good taste indeed.
I think Remco Evenepoel realised his error of his ways. During the race, you could see him trying to clean muck off his shorts, and without much success, obviously. And then on the podium, he went back to the nice classic black shorts.
He did, yes.
So the question is, what colour shorts will you choose for the Giro?
Oh, maybe pink shorts, actually.
That would be a look.
You never know, though. I mean, there's certainly a very good chance that he will at some point be in the pink jersey. We'll have to wait and see what choice of shorts he might take. He could be in that jersey even on day one because it starts with a 19-kilometre individual time trial. And this is probably as good a point as ever to remind you that the Giro d'Italia starts a week on Saturday and that anybody who is subscribed to GCN Plus will be able to watch the race live and on demand.
So if you're not already subscribed, make sure you do so before Saturday the 7th of May, which marks the start of 3 weeks of racing, during which we will be showcasing every unmissable moment.
We will indeed, so don't miss any of it. Evenepoel versus Roglic is the headline, but plenty of other GC contenders as well. I absolutely love the Giro d'Italia. It's entertaining. Yeah, I've got the pink t-shirt on. It's normally unpredictable and always beautiful racing and scenery.
And now it's time for cycling shorts.
We'll start cycling shorts with what could be the two most powerful machines you will ever see in a single picture. Mathieu van der Poel and a Lamborghini.
I wonder which one of the two has more horsepower.
I'm gonna say the Lamborghini.
Yeah, probably right.
But you know you've made it when you're sponsored by Lamborghini, don't you?
Well, you do, yeah. I couldn't even in my time get sponsored by Lada, believe it or not.
Lada?
Yeah.
What's that?
You're too young to remember Lada, aren't you? There were a load of
no
Lada
idea.
and Skoda jokes back in the day. Anyway, whilst Mathieu van der Poel was busy being pictured with top-end sports cars, his arch-rival, Wout van Aert, was out bike-packing with a group of his mates.
Yeah, instead of taking time off, going to the beach and sipping cocktails in his post-classic break, he ventured out on his gravel bike with some friends and went on a bike-packing adventure.
They did indeed, and in doing so, they cycled all the way from Belgium down to the Champagne region of France. And I'm hoping that once they got there, including Wout van Aert, they sampled some of the local tipples.
I mean, I'm sure they would have. But the pictures I saw posted are exactly how I remember bikepacking. Cold, wet, muddy. I feel sometimes you see these pictures and it looks quite nice and glamorous.
More pleasant than it actually is.
Yeah, but in reality, when the weather's bad, it's not.
It is nice to see that pros can be out enjoying riding whilst not taking it too seriously though, isn't it? Anyway, moving on, and recently retired pro cyclist Alex Dowsett has made his retirement official by running the London Marathon last Sunday.
I feel like you're not properly retired from professional cycling until you start running.
Yeah.
But I didn't think cyclists made that good of runners, but Alex Dowsett managed the 42-kilometre run in a very decent time of 3 hours and 21 minutes.
Not too shabby, is it?
Right.
Although it is some way short of the times that have been set by other pro cyclists in retirement in recent years. But what I will bet is that of all the runners in London on Sunday, he was the most aerodynamic.
Oh, for sure,
and
yeah.
the most nutritionally prepared as well.
Definitely. It still blows my mind that they can run 42 kilometres. That's a long way on the bike.
In other news, it looks like Decathlon could be set to sponsor a World Tour team next year.
Yep, this was on the Cycling Weekly website. They used the Ciotta Classic to showcase 2 in-house brands, Riverside gravel bikes and Van Rysel road bikes. And there are rumours that either Cofidis or AG2R will be racing on them in the World Tour next season.
Yeah, both those teams would make some sort of sense, wouldn't they? Because I think they already sponsor Cofidis and supply them with their apparel or clothing. And I know that AG2R Citroën are looking for a brand new bike sponsor because it sounds as though their long-time bike sponsor BMC is moving on next year.
Now, at the top of the show, we talked about an AI-driven e-bike, so here comes some more information on that. It comes from Acer, the computer manufacturer, and the AI controls the level of power provided.
It seems AI is slowly taking over the cycling world as well now too. It's called the Ebby, and it's got quite a lot of cool features actually. It can apparently learn how you ride using its intelligent control box to adjust the levels of assistance. It can detect nearby hazards as well, plus it locks the bike as soon as you walk away from it via Bluetooth, and it will unlock it as you reapproach your bike to ride it again.
Basically, it sounds like a Tesla version of a bike.
Kind of, doesn't it?
But do we need AI in bikes?
Well, to be honest, I would take all the help I can get at this stage. Now, we wanted to draw your attention to the documentary that's been released this week on GCN+. So in 2022, we spent a lot of time following Vincenzo Nibali through what was his final season as a pro rider. In doing so, we captured hours and hours and hours of footage, but we've got it down to a 90-minute documentary, which is now ready for you all to watch.
Just in time to get us excited for the Giro.
It is, yeah.
Neither of us have actually watched the documentary yet, but judging by the trailer, it will be a must-watch. Let's have a look.
Intervista in campione, senta una cosa. L'attacco? Come si trovano qua? Subito dell'attacco. Una bomba. Una bomba?
No, vaffanculo, non la voglio più, basta. Va bene, ci siamo. Ho imparato ad andare in bici molto presto, però non ho mai fatto gare.
Noi siamo iniziati piano piano, gradualmente, giocarellando. Oggi abbiamo Vincenzo Nibali.
È difficile poter far capire a tutti quanti, a tutte le persone, la vita come viene vissuta da noi e anche dietro le quinte.
Más larga era la etapa y más dura, más fuerte era.
La caratteristica unica che ha Vincenzo è il feeling con la bicicletta.
Vincenzo Nibali è stato capace di entrare nella storia.
Quell'anno diciamo che Vincenzo si è fatto conoscere anche da appassionati di sport, non solo di ciclismo.
Tanto l'ho smesso, lo posso dire.
does look good, doesn't it?
It does.
I'm looking forward to watching that. Anyway, just before we move on from cycling shorts, we wanted to let you know that the best way to receive the latest news and exclusive offers from GCN direct to your email inbox is to subscribe to the GCN Newsletter.
Yep, that way you'll get weekly alerts and previews of the biggest races coming to GCN Plus, tips on the races you don't want to miss, exclusive GCN subscriber-only offers, product promotions, and competition and shop bundles.
There's a lot there, isn't there? Plus, on top of all of that, you'll also get early access to GCN sales and behind-the-scenes access that you will not find anywhere else. Plus, if you sign up before Friday the 19th of May, you're going to be entered into a competition to win a GCN Plus subscription, 3 t-shirts, the complete Fan's Guide to Pro Cycling book, GCN coffee, and a GCN mug. And there are also 5 runner-up prizes to be had as well. So just head over to gcn.eu/GCN newsletter to sign up. And do not worry if you're already a subscriber, because we'll be including instructions on how to enter in this week's newsletter. It is time now for hack/bodge of the week. The first of which this week comes from Stevie C78, who put quality repair. Well, we'll be the judge of that. Came across a bike for sale on Facebook Marketplace. Seller stated that the seat tube had some damage, but not to worry, it's been repaired and is now solid.
I'm not sure that's how you repair frames.
Well, it might well be solid, but either way, that is a bodge from me. Looks horrific,
Yes,
doesn't it?
definitely a bodge.
Yeah, well, I think we'll be in the majority. We are indeed. 89% of you voted bodge for that bodge.
Next up, EJ Powelled. Nice use of an old power pole in rural Victoria, Australia.
I think that's cool.
I like that.
Yeah, you see more and more of those.
Yeah.
At least I do these days.
Especially at cafes.
Old
and
logs or power poles. Yeah, exactly.
you could even have that in your garage as well.
You could do, yes. I was about to say I knew someone that did, but I then realised I didn't. Sorry, shouldn't have said it at all. No, I'm going to go with hack for that. I always like seeing the use of old logs that couldn't be used for anything else for something like a bike stand. And it seems like the majority of you are in agreement because 90% of you voted hack for that one.
Have we ever had 100% hack?
Don't think, not that I remember.
Oh.
Not that I remember. There's always time. There's always time. Even on this show, but I don't think it'll happen. T. Hopkins wrote in saying every aero counts, modified pump holder to go behind the seat post. Are you really weighing this one up?
I don't know if it needs to go there though.
Well, it doesn't need to.
No.
He just thinks it might, or he or she thinks it might be more aero.
It could be more aero.
I'm not sure it would be, personally. I mean, it's not exactly hugging the frame and seat post, is it?
No. I think it'd be better off in your back pocket.
Well, maybe there's not room. Anyway, we're spending a long time debating a rearward facing pump mount. I would say the pump's going to get very mucky there
Yes.
on grotty days, isn't it?
Definitely.
And might not work. So for that reason, I am saying bodge.
I'm going to say bodge as well.
Well, in this instance, we are in the minority because
That's very
60%
interesting.
of people voted that one a hack.
Next up, we've got Sarah Susie 13. This was parked next to me at work. 2 chains, 2 different brakes, a motor, oh my. Yes, oh my. This is one hell of a machine.
Yeah, disc brake front, V brakes back. I'm presuming the secondary chain on the left non-drive side of the bike is to do with getting the motor going. I know it would be to help the motor propel the rear wheel, presumably. There's a lot going on.
Is that a little
on
exhaust
that bike, isn't
at
it?
the bottom?
It is, yeah. It is.
Yeah, there's a lot
We
going on
have
there.
had quite a few of these sent in over the years, and all of them look equally shambolic.
It's
I would say.
basically a motorbike or moped.
Yeah, on a very cheap normal bike. Isn't it?
Yeah. I'm going to go bodge.
I'm going to go
with this
bodge with
one.
that as well. Amazingly, 29% of you voted hack on that one. Well, I guess it would help you go faster for the same amount of power, but I'm still going bodge.
Yes.
Right, so if you'd like to get involved, ready for next week's show, all you need to do is submit your hacks or bodges to the GCN app. Loads of them already up there for you to vote on, and a few of them will be featured this time next week.
It's now time for Caption Competition. Your chance to win a GCN Elite water bottle, and all you have to do is leave a witty, funny caption underneath the photo we give you.
Last week's photo was this one from the podium of the men's Amstel Gold Race. Tom Pidcock, Tadej Pogačar and Ben Healy. And our winner this week is Kenneth McBeath. Caption Competition. Roses are red, Amstel is gold, Pog wins again, same old, same old.
I like that one. That is a good
Don't have
one.
many rhymes as caption winners, do we? Or even caption entries. So
Yeah,
well
no,
done to
that's
Kenneth.
very good.
Very good indeed. Send us a message on Facebook with your address and we'll get a bottle sent out to you. This week's photo to get your teeth stuck into is this one from Liège, Bastogne Liège. I will get you started.
Go on.
Look, I'm a grower, not a shower, all right? You look like you're about to be sick.
Think of that. Well, it's better than what I could do, so yeah.
All right, well, if you think you can do better at home, leave your captions in the comment section down below. Manon very much looks forward to reading all
I
of
can't
them.
wait.
Yeah, be great.
That one's going to be a hard one to beat.
We will shortly let you know what we've got coming up for you on GCN this week, but first up, a few of our favourite comments from the last 7 days, starting with this one that was left under last week's GCN show from End Censorship. We had a lot of opinions about using headphones on bikes, but End Censorship wrote, "Don't know about others, but part of the joy I have in cycling is how I'm completely immersed in the ride and music distracts from that."
I understand that.
You don't use headphones on a ride?
No.
Never?
No. I used to when I was training, when you're riding every day, but now, can't remember the last time I used headphones.
No, I think I would be the same. Meanwhile, under what's the best bike bag for road cycling, welcome to life between pandemics. There's a positive outlook for you. So I love the fact that GCN makes videos regardless of the weather, but being in England, that's just life.
Yeah, when we were filming that video with Connor, we can't wait for a dry day because there just isn't one. It just rains every day.
I know. Yeah, April showers seem to be all year round at the moment.
I know. Sick of it. Next up, are you faster than a 14-year-old? Andras commented, "I like how you already round up your 31 down to 30, Hank."
Yes.
Yes, he's still 30. Damien says, "Well done to both boys, but hats off to Harley. Only 14 years old and he was equal on time with Ollie in the TT, and wasn't he rock solid in the track stand?"
It was impressive.
They were extremely talented.
Meanwhile, under do more carbs equal better cycling performance, the H2O Hammer wrote, "With this new fueling strategy, I would like to see Connor have another try at the 555. Not sure we can persuade him, but we can give it our best shot.
Yeah, I mean, if you bully him enough, I'm sure he'll do it.
Yeah, you could just remove his gear cable just before the start, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Then his fueling strategy wouldn't make any difference.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, CG Joe 64 put, "As a dentist, I would like to point out a possible long-term issue with carb regimens like this. An intake of carbs usually causes an all-acidic pH environment for about 20 minutes. So many carbs consuming endurance athletes can have an acidic and oral environment for the majority of the activity. Obviously, this can be prolonged by choosing foods that are inherently acidic, e.g. Gatorade, or carbs that are stickier and less easy to wash off. But I would just be aware of the possible negative dental consequences. Anyway, time to jump on the bike."
Done?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Wow. That was
in all
intense.
seriousness, although we truncated that, some very good tips. And my dentist did always used to warn me about how many carb drinks I was consuming and that they were going to be all around my teeth. So if you are young, something to think about long term, I think. Right, on to what we've got coming up for you this week on the channel. Wednesday, it's the next in our beginner series, and this time it's how to use your gears. Can be confusing when you first get into cycling, can't they?
I'll be honest, I had no idea how to change gears when I first got on a bike.
No, and then also the other day. But that was
And also
because
the other
cable
day,
was removed.
but that's, yeah.
On Thursday, some easy fixes and tips for you to get more comfortable on your bike. And on Friday, we're going to show you how to look more pro, featuring Remco Evenepoel. No, it's not.
And Blythe, actually.
Yes.
On Saturday,
well, he's an advocate of white shorts, isn't
Yeah,
he? So
true.
maybe take no notice of what he says on Saturday's video.
And on Saturday, we got 200 miles on a 200-pound bike, where Hank rode 200 miles in the pouring rain on a 200-pound bike. And then on Sunday, we've got gravel bike versus crit race.
Yes, we have. We hope you enjoy all of those, and indeed the Vincenzo Nibali documentary. And we also hope that you will join us a week on Saturday for the start of the Giro d'Italia. 3 weeks of fantastic racing available to all GCN Plus subscribers, no matter where you are. Right, I think that's the end of this week's GCN show. Thank you very much for watching. See you this time next week.